This summer, for the first time, Northern Ireland has been chosen to host the World Police and Fire Games, an event some say is second only in size to the Olympic Games. More than 10,000 people from over 70 countries across the world will take part in the competitive sporting events, of which there are 57. I'm here tonight in Dundonald Ice Bowl, which for the past 2 years has been the practice ground of Northern Ireland's very own ice hockey team, the Tridents. I'm going to go and catch up with them and see why they got involved with the event. A bit of background then, how did you get involved in the World Police and Fire Games?
Well, I went out to Vancouver in 2009 with the chair of the games, who was the Assistant Chief Constable Duncan McCausland at the time, and when we were there we saw the ice hockey and saw the size of the sport and how much it was a religion, as you can imagine, out in Canada. And whenever we came back into Belfast then, one of the first things we had to do was set up an ice hockey team. Despite a generous sporting tradition, I think it's fair to say, in the police, there's never been an ice hockey team. The fire and the prisons were exactly the same, so we had to really start from zero and work our way up.
A lot of these guys 3 years ago couldn't skate. They stepped onto the ice for the first time 3 years ago, pretty much 80% of the team. So it's been working with absolute basics from day one to now, and now as we get closer towards the games, we're having to start to try and work on the systems and positional play and the stuff that they're just not, they never grew up with hockey, so some of these guys are in their late 20s, early 30s, so it's not their first sport,
So Shane, as an ex-Belfast Giant, you're a bit of a guru to the team, spreading your knowledge. Tell me how you got involved with the Northern Ireland Tridents.
Well, I first heard about the games coming to Belfast and putting a team together for those games. Benny asked me if I wanted to come out and help the guys, and I thought it would be a great idea, and that's what got me on board.
And some of these players, we've been told, they've literally had no ice skating experience at all. What sort of challenges did you face?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, there really are some true beginners, first timers to hockey, and then there's some other guys that, played a little bit when they were younger. So trying to get the combination of people first time skaters and people with a little bit more experience is a bit tricky, but they're all enthusiastic and they have a great time out here.
You have quite a unique team. Tell me a wee bit about the makeup of the players on your team.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, the thing that we set out with the Tridents to do was actually to allow anybody that wanted to play ice hockey to come and have a go. And actually we're the only team competing in the games that has a unique element in that we're a male and female team, as you'll see out there on the ice. We represent all three services, hence the logo on the shirts being the Tridents for the police, the fire and the prisons. And actually we have a couple of players from across the border and our colleagues in Garda Síochána. So in terms of the actual makeup of the team, should we win nothing else in the games, I think we've won the diversity prize in terms of the people that we've fielded to come out and represent the Tridents.
World Police and Fire Games, how did you get involved?
Well, the team itself started about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago now, and we had made contact with the lads had arranged a team up here, so we in the Guards made contact with Benny and come up for a training session. And
have you ever competed at anything in this sort of scale? They're talking about 10,000 people competing in this event.
Never. The Tridents is the first ice hockey team I've ever played for, and I can't wait for the games. It's going to be fantastic.
As you can hear, it's a rowdy bunch here behind us, and you two are the only two ladies on the ice hockey team for the World Police and Fire Games in Northern Ireland here. So how is that? How on earth did that come about? What attracted you to ice hockey?
Well, I actually years ago was a figure skater, and so I did that for years, and I've kind of started doing that again because I've got into hockey. But when I seen it advertised, I don't think they expected any girls to turn up. So I took my rules in hand and told them that they had to let me play because it was a novice team and it's mixed, so they couldn't say no.
And how did that go down then, coming from figure skating, ice skating before to this? I take it they were expecting you to be quite easygoing and not very aggressive.
Well, possibly, but it took a wee bit of getting used to. The lack of toe pick made a big difference. It was taking a bit of getting used to.
And Noreen, what about yourself? What attracted you to get involved with the ice hockey and the World Police and Fire Games?
Well, that's very straightforward. That would be Beth. We were on a course together and she comes to me and she says, do you want to play ice hockey? I said, that sounds like great crack. Says she, can you skate? Says, I know, but won't I learn? And on my first day down, I broke 2 fingers. So yeah, quite an inauspicious start, but I'm really grateful because I absolutely love it.
And what will happen then after the summer in terms of when the games have finished? Will you carry on with ice hockey? Is it something that you've really got into?
Already the talk in the changing rooms is moving towards Fairfax in 2015, and members of the team are now starting to talk about, once these games are over, setting up a fund and starting to save towards a considerable expense it'll be to go across to the States and play. But yeah, I think the Tridents is here to stay. We've made a fairly firm stamp on the local ice hockey scene. We've been across and we've played in England, and we've played the Army and we've played the prison service teams across in England, and I think the Tridents is here to stay, and we're definitely looking forward to maybe pushing beyond 2013 now.